Hi everyone, my name is Juliana Calogeroj and I am a third year interior design student here at SCAD, and today I'm going to be talking about the probability of humanity going extinct. Now, in my last video, I talked about the sixth mass extinction, also known as the Holocene or the Anthropocene extinction, and these two topics correlate directly with one another. So as I mentioned in my last video, the sixth mass extinction is the extinction that's happening right now on our planet, and it affects both land animals and humans. So 500 species within the next 20 years will go extinct, and it's all due to human activity, which includes overpopulation, habitat loss, pollution, overharvesting, and a big one, global climate change. Now, I want to start off by saying that 99% of all species that have ever lived on our Earth have gone extinct. So is it that crazy to think that humans will go extinct as well? The definition of human extinction is the hypothetical complete end to the human species, and this is caused by either natural or human activity. Now, I just want to mention that this topic is highly debated by scientists, and there is no clear time frame or date in which humans will go extinct. The threats and causes I'm going to be talking about in this video all factor in our vulnerabilities as humans. Humans are large, warm-blooded animals that don't fare well with any ecological change or disruption. We require a lot of food constantly, so any disruption in the food chain caused by a catastrophe will completely wipe us out. We're also long-lived with few offspring, so any dip in the population, it'll make it hard for us to recover. Researchers at the Future of Humanity Institute at Oxford University completed a study where they found the probability of humanity going extinct by natural causes. They concluded that the probability that humanity goes extinct from natural causes in any given year is almost guaranteed to be less than 1 in 14,000 and likely to be less than 1 in 87,000. Let me put this in perspective for you. So if humans go extinct, it's 1 in 14,000. Giving birth to identical triplets is 1 in 60,000. Getting a royal flush in poker is 1 in 650,000. Hit by lightning, 1 in 700,000. Dating a supermodel, 1 in 880,000. And my personal favorite, getting attacked by a shark, 1 in 11.5 million. And the last, win the national lottery jackpot, 1 in 45 million. Now, that number sounds very scary once it's put in perspective. And what's even scarier is that the researchers only factored in natural causes. They didn't even include human activity like global climate change. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is finally the risks and causes. There are many theories floating around on how humanity will go extinct. Anywhere from an asteroid strike to an alien invasion, but there are more likely scenarios out there, and those are called the existential risks. Now, the first risk I want to talk about is, of course, natural risks. Now, this includes natural disasters like hurricanes, huge floods, asteroid impacts like the one that killed the dinosaurs, gamma ray bursts, supervolcanoes or volcano eruption called a flood basalt, where a high volume of lava covers a large share of the planet's surface. Stellar explosion, which is a denotion of a star or a vacuum collapse, and even a bubble forming in space. The next risk I'm going to talk about is the risk of nuclear warfare, and to me, this is the scariest one. We live in a world where this is a constant threat, especially with rising political tension. The nuclear war would have the same effect of an asteroid impact. With countries producing highly enriched uranium and various other nuclear warfare, especially the H-bomb, this is very realistic. If a hydrogen bomb is dropped, the first strike will create firestorms and smoke that ends most human life. This is a fact ignored by many military planners and the Trump administration. This will create a nuclear winter. A nuclear winter is a shocking drop in global temperatures, less precipitation, and a lot less food to go around, obviously followed by a war caused by smoky nuclear haze blocking sunlight from reaching the Earth. This is followed by large-scale deaths. Next risk I'm going to talk about is pandemics. Now, when talking about the pandemic scenario, we're mainly referring to the misuse of biotechnology. Biotechnology is the technology that harnesses biology to create a new product. Now, the abuse of biotechnology to produce deadly quick-spreading pathogen is a scenario we face that could put us in danger of extinction. A pathogen created to be contagious and deadly is far worse than a natural one. This man-made pathogen will take out Earth's population in a limited time. But I want to stress that this scenario is one of the less likely ones. And I also want to say for the record that COVID-19, the pandemic that we're facing today, is not a man-made pandemic, so is not put in this category. Now, the next risk I want to talk about is climate change. I talked extensively about climate change in my last video, so if you want to go ahead and watch that, I'll put the link down below. Climate change has already wiped out a number of species on land. Human beings have caused a dramatic increase in the amount of carbon dioxide, methane, and nitrogen oxide released into the Earth's atmosphere since the pre-industrial era. And this is the driving factor in the climate catastrophe that continues to unfold today. One of the effects of climate change, and I'm sure you've heard of it, is the melting of the polar caps and sea ice. I'm going to take you underground for this scenario. Trillions of tons of carbon lies underground in the form of frozen methane. If this methane melts and is released into the atmosphere, it'll produce a sudden and massive global warming. And something similar to this happened in the Permian extinction, the most deadly extinction where greenhouse gases were released by a volcanic eruption in Siberia. This caused the world to warm by 6 degrees. Now, the final risk I want to talk about includes AI, or artificial intelligence. Now, I know what you're all thinking when I say that, and you're thinking of the movie Terminator or some type of post-apocalyptic world where robots take over, and that's not necessarily the case. When I talk about AI, I'm talking about evolving technology that will be able to perform cognitive tasks at human levels. Now, this could tremendously help us or harm us. This could enable dramatic acceleration of technology that helps cure cancers, eliminates poverty, and does other good things. But this also could mean something very harmful to our society and just tremendous amount of surveillance, accidents, inequality, power concentration, which could lead to a collapse in society. Even though all the scenarios I just named are pretty scary, I want to remind everyone that the human species is a strange one. We're widespread, abundant, and pretty adaptable. So that suggests that us humans will probably stick around for a while. Some scientists even say that we've survived 250,000 years of ice ages, eruptions, pandemics, world wars. We'll probably survive another 250,000 years. Also, many scientists say that even if some of these scenarios do play out, there is a chance that it would not entirely wipe out the entire human race. There can be some survivors and revert back to hunter-gatherer type of civilization. Lastly, I want to end the video on a positive note. And while us humans, we can't control or protect against a huge asteroid strike or an alien invasion, we can try to control the human-made risks that we face. We can do this by helping protect the Earth. We can reduce, reuse, recycle, cut down on fossil fuels we use, and we can try to take an interest in some of these risks and threats to our society. Lastly, we can open our eyes and keep an open mind. A quote by Anthony Dewar states, "Open your eyes and see what you can with them before they close forever." I want to thank everyone for watching this video, and I highly suggest for you to do more research on the topic and the topic of the 6th mass extinction. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.